In this video, I'm going to be talking about multiplying two fractions together. When we are multiplying two fractions together, we can draw a picture to help us understand it. So, in this rectangle, I'm going to first look at the fraction 3/4. I'm going to split it into 3 parts and shade in 3 of the 4 pieces. Then, going the other way horizontally, I'm going to split it into thirds and shade in 1/3. The area where they overlap will be my answer, which is these squares right here. So there's 3 squares out of now a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 squares. 3/12. I can simplify that by dividing the top and the bottom by 3 to get 1/4. Now, we could also do this a shorter way than drawing a picture. If you notice, I got 3 on the top and 12 on the bottom when I looked at my picture. If you multiply the numerators, 3 times 1, you get 3. And 4 times 3, the denominators, you get 12. So while we could draw pictures for each problem, it might be easier to use this shortcut. Multiply the numerators together, multiply the denominators together, and then simplify. Let's look at another example. Again, I can draw myself a picture to show 1/2 shaded in and 2/5 shaded in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and find the area where they overlap. So they overlap in these 2 squares out of a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares, 2/10. Now let's try our shortcut. I'm going to multiply my numerators together. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. I got the same thing. Now I can divide the top and the bottom by 2 to simplify and get 1/5, which will be my final answer. Sometimes as the numbers get bigger, you might want to simplify first before you multiply. So, for example, using the rule that we just learned, I will be multiplying 3 times 2 on the top and 7 times 9 on the bottom. You can simplify before you even start the problem instead of simplifying at the end. How you can do that is by finding a number that goes into one of these factors up top and also goes into a factor on the bottom. I noticed that 3 goes into 3 and 9. So I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 3 and do this. 3 goes into 3 one time, so I'll cross it off and write 1. And 3 goes into 9 3 times, so I'll cross that off and write 3. So now I have an easier problem. 1 times 2 is 1, and 7 times 3 is 21. And that is in simplest form. So rather than simplifying at the end, I just simplified first. But either way would work. This is another problem where I can simplify first, but this one's actually a little bit trickier. I have 3 factors. So take it 2 factors at a time, meaning first I'm going to multiply these 2, and then I'll multiply that answer by 20. So first I'm going to worry about 1/6 times 3/5. Again, I could draw a picture for this, but using our rule might be quicker. I noticed that 3 goes into this 3 one time, and 3 goes into 6 2 times. So I can simplify first before I get started. Now this only works if you find a number that goes into one of the top numbers and one of the bottom numbers. I can't find a number that goes into 2 top numbers or 2 bottom numbers. It has to be one number on the top and one number on the bottom, because then what that means is I'm dividing the top in this case by 3 and the bottom by 3, and 3/3 is 1. So anything divided by 1 is just itself. Anywho, now I can multiply. 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 5 is 10. Now I can't forget I still have times 20. This takes us back to what we learned earlier in topic 11. To figure this out, I do my whole number divided by my denominator times my numerator. 20 divided by 10 times 1, which is 2. Hopefully this is making sense to you. My biggest advice to you would be to multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and put them over each other. If you want to simplify at the end because that's easier for you, go for it. If you feel like you can try simplifying first, then try that as well. You could even try both ways. I want you to try this problem for me on your paper and bring it back with you tomorrow. Your problem is 2/6 times 3/9. Good luck.